Direction cosines of a directed line segment. Direction cosines of a directed line segment. Write the definition. Direction cosines of a directed line segment. The cosine of the angles. The cosine of the angles made by directed line segment OP with positive directions of coordinate axis. The cosine of the angles made by directed line segment OP bar with positive directions of coordinate axis are called direction cosines, denoted by the symbols L, M and N. If alpha, beta and gamma are the direction angles, if alpha, beta and gamma are the direction angles made by OP with coordinate axis, then L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta, N equal to cos gamma, where 0 less than or equal to alpha, less than or equal to pi, 0 less than or equal to beta, less than or equal to pi, 0 less than or equal to gamma, less than or equal to pi. So here L, M, N are the direction cosines and alpha, beta, gamma are the direction angles of OP bar with respect to positive x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Direction cosines of PO bar. Direction cosines of PO bar. Now, for PO bar, what will be the angles? Direction angles.
Minus alpha, minus beta, minus.
That is pi minus alpha, pi minus beta, pi minus gamma. That means cos of pi minus alpha, cos of pi minus beta, cos of pi minus gamma. That means cos of pi minus alpha, pi minus beta, cos of pi minus gamma. That means minus L, minus M, minus N. What about direction cosines of x-axis? So what are the angles made by x-axis, with y-axis, with z-axis? with x-axis is what? 0.
0.
X-axis to y-axis 90.
90,
X-axis to
90.
z-axis 90. That means what? Cos 0, cos 90, cos 90. That means what? 1, 0, 0. So direction cosines of x-axis are 1, 0, 0. In the same manner, direction cosines of y-axis, what? 0, 1, 0. Direction cosines of z-axis 0, 0, 1. Right. Let P x comma y comma z be any point in the space with OP bar equal to R bar and L comma M comma N are the direction cosines of OP bar. Then x equal to LR, y equal to MR, z equal to NR, where R equal to modulus of OP bar, that is length of OP. Now, so if I take alpha is the angle made by OP with x-axis, then what is cos alpha from the figure? OM upon OP. Cos alpha equal to what? L, and OM is what? X equal to LR. In the same manner, you can write as y equal to MR and z equal to NR. So position vector of the point P, R bar, OP bar, xi plus mj plus nk. Let us replace xi plus yj plus zk because P is xyz. Now let us replace xyz with LR, MR and NR. So R bar equal to LRI plus MRJ plus NRK. So R bar equal to R is common, LI plus MJ plus NK. So R bar upon R equal to LI plus MJ plus NK. What is R bar upon R corresponds to?
Unit vector.
Unit vector. That is R cap equal to LI plus MJ plus NK. Remember this, very, very important. So unit vector in the direction of a line whose direction cosines are L, M, N is LI plus MJ plus NK. Right, all of you? Unit vector in the direction of a line with direction cosines. Unit vector in the direction of a line with direction cosines L, M and N is Li plus Mj plus Nk. That is whenever you know direction cosines of any line, and if you want to write unit vector, then you can write directly Li plus Mj plus Nk. Now, if I take modulus, so modulus of R cap equal to modulus of Li plus Mj plus Nk, but modulus of R cap is 1 equal to root of L square plus M square plus N square. That is L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. That is the relation between the direction cosines of a line is sum of the squares is always equal to 1. Now replace LMN with cos functions. That means cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1, where alpha, beta, gamma are the direction angles. From this, suppose if I want to calculate sine functions, sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma, what could be this value? 2. Next, if I want to calculate cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma, what is this value?
-1.
-1. But anyway, try to remember this. This is enough. L square plus m square plus n square equal to 1 whenever L, M, N are the direction cosines. Direction ratios of a line segment. The three numbers direction ratios of a line segment. The three numbers which are in proportion with direction cosines. The three numbers which are in proportion with direction cosines of a line segment are called direction ratios. The three numbers which are in proportion with direction cosines of a line segment are called direction ratios. That is L upon A equal to M upon B equal to N upon C, where L, M, N are direction cosines. Then A, B, C are direction ratios of that line. Whenever proportions are there, I can write as equal to T. Now cross multiply and use the relation between direction cosines. So L square plus M square plus N square equal to T square into A square plus B square plus C square. But L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. So T equal to plus or minus 1 upon root of A square plus B square plus C square. That means you can write direction cosines in terms of direction ratios. L equal to plus or minus A upon root of A square plus B square plus C square. M equal to plus or minus B upon root of A square plus B square plus C square. N equal to plus or minus C upon root of A square plus B square plus C square. That is, whenever you are having direction ratios, you can write direction cosines using this formulas. And check, is the sum of these squares equal to 1 or not? L square plus M square plus N square, it should be equal to 1. Write a note. Direction cosines of a line are always unique. Direction cosines of a line are always unique, whereas direction ratios of a line are not unique. Even though you are writing plus or minus, but depending on the direction, in one direction it will be plus, in another direction it will be minus. So direction cosines will be always unique. But whereas direction ratios are not unique. Why? Because if you are having one set of numbers ABC satisfy this, then any multiplication of A, that is 2A, 2B, 2C are also direction ratios. Not only 2A, XA, XB, XC are also direction ratios. That's why direction ratios of a line are not unique, whereas direction cosines are always unique. Direction ratios of a line segment joining P x1, y1, z1 and Q x2, y2, z2. Now, if I consider alpha, beta, gamma are the direction angles made by PQ with positive x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, then this angle will be alpha. Now, when I draw perpendicular from this, let us say this is M. So from this figure, tell me what is cos alpha equal to? What is cos alpha? P M upon what? PQ length. Now, cos alpha notation is L equal to, what is PM length? What is this length? X2 minus X1. So L equal to X2 minus X1 upon PQ. So from this I can write as L upon X2 minus X1 equal to 1 by PQ. Check, have you understood this first? So similarly, if I draw with respect to y-axis and z-axis, that is not possible to show in the figure. You can derive it as what? M upon y2 minus y1 equal to 1 by PQ again, and N upon z2 minus z1 equal to 1 by PQ. Now, from this, I can write as L upon x2 minus x1 equal to M upon y2 minus y1 and N upon z2 minus z1. Now, that means x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 are in proportion with L, M and N. So direction ratios of PQ bar are proportional to x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. That is difference of x coordinate, difference of y coordinate, difference of z coordinates. Now here the word we are using proportional. The meaning of it is what? Not only this, even I can take some multiple, still it will be the direction ratios only. That's why we are using the word direction ratios of PQ bar are proportional to this. Projection of a line segment. Projection of a line segment joining P x1, y1, z1 and Q x2, y2, z2. Projection of a line segment joining P x1, y1, z1 and Q x2, y2, Z2 on a line whose direction cosines are L, M and N. So how to calculate projection of a line segment joining PQ on a line whose direction cosines are L, M and N. So PQ X1, Y1, Z1, X2, Y2, Z2. This is a line. Let us say L equal to 0, whose direction cosines are L, M, N. Now, so as per the definition of projection, draw the foot of the perpendiculars. Let us say A and B are the foot of the perpendicular drawn from P and Q on the line whose direction cosines are L, M, N. So AB is what? Projection of PQ bar on the line. Let us say L equal to 0. Now, have you remembered projection of one vector on another vector? What is projection of A bar along B bar?
A dot B cap.
A bar dot B cap. That means what? We need a unit vector in this direction. When you know the direction cosines of a line, what the unit vector in this direction? Li plus Mj plus Nk is the unit vector in the direction of a line whose direction cosines are L, M, N. So I can write the projection AB as what? PQ bar dot unit vector. R cap. So PQ bar dot Li plus Mj plus Nk. Because projection is a length, so it is positive. So you can write mod. Now take the dot product. So modulus of L into x2 minus x1 plus M into y2 minus y1 plus N into z2 minus z1. So projection of PQ bar on a line segment line whose direction cosines are L, M, N is modulus of L into x2 minus x1, M into y2 minus y1 plus N into z2 minus z1. Suppose if this line is a x-axis, if this line is a x-axis, then what is projection of PQ on x-axis? It will be now. Projection of PQ on x-axis will be what? Direction cosines of x-axis are what? 1, 0, 0. That means what is this becomes now? 1 into x2 minus x1. That is modulus of x2 minus x1. Write that also. Write a note. Projection of PQ on x-axis. Projection of PQ bar on x-axis is modulus of x2 minus x1. In the same manner, you write projection of PQ on y-axis, modulus of y2 minus y1. Projection of PQ bar on z-axis, modulus of z2 minus z1. Angle between two lines in terms of direction cosines. Let L1, M1, N1 and L2, M2, N2 are the direction cosines of PQ bar and RS bar. And theta is the angle between them. angle between two lines is same as angle between two lines is same as angle between the corresponding unit vectors parallel to the lines. Unit vector along PQ bar R1 cap equal to L1I plus M1J plus N1K. Unit vector along RS bar L2I plus M2J plus N2K. So angle between PQ bar and RS bar is same as angle between the corresponding unit vectors. So cos theta equal to R1 cap dot R2 cap upon modulus of R1 cap modulus of R2 cap. So what you will get cos theta as L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. Using this, is it possible to calculate sin theta? Root of 1 minus cos square theta, root of 1 minus L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 whole square. We can simplify further this as 1 I can write as L1 square plus M1 square plus N1 square into L2 square plus M2 square plus N2 square minus L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 whole square. Now expand and simplify. You can write this as sum of perfect squares sigma L1 M2 minus L2 M1 whole square. Can you able to write expanded form of this? L1 M2 minus L2 M1 whole square plus M1 N2 minus M2 N1 whole square plus N1 L2 minus N2 L1 whole square. So expand this and regroup the terms, then you'll get this. So remember both the formulas, cos theta as well as sin theta. First case, theta equal to pi by 2. Condition for perpendicular lines. Condition for perpendicular lines. L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 equal to 0. Condition for perpendicular lines. Next, condition for parallel lines. Theta equal to 0 or pi. Condition for parallel lines. So instead of using this, use this. Then sum of these squares equal to 0. Then each must be 0. Then you can write as L1 by L2 equal to M1 by M2 equal to N1 by N2. Can I write this as plus or minus 1? take as equal to t, cross multiply and square it and add. Then you will get the t value as plus or minus 1. That means in terms of direction cosines, if the lines are perpendicular, sum of the products is 0. If the lines are parallel, then either they must be equal correspondingly or opposite in sign. Either L1 equal to L2 or L1 equal to minus L2. M1 equal to M2 or M1 equal to minus M2. Angle between two lines in terms of direction ratios. Let A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 are direction ratios of two lines, and theta is the angle between them. Let A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 are direction ratios of two lines, and theta is the angle between them. Then the corresponding direction cosines are L1 equal to A1 upon root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square. M1 equal to B1 upon root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square. N1 equal to C1 upon root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square. In the same manner, right? L2, M2, N2. A2 upon root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. B2 upon root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. C2 upon root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Now use the previous formula. So cos theta L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2 equal to L1 L2. So A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 upon root of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Condition for perpendicular lines. Condition for perpendicular lines. A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equal to 0. Condition for parallel lines. Condition for parallel lines. A1 upon A2 equal to B1 upon B2 equal to C1 upon C2. You can use the previous formulas directly. But remember, here you cannot say plus or minus 1 equal to. That is only for direction cosines, not for direction ratios. So if the lines are parallel, direction ratios are in proportion. If the lines are perpendicular, then sum of the products will be 0. What is the next one? -1, -1, -1. So what is the octant of this correspondingly? -1, -1, I think it is +1. What is the octant?
OX dash Y dash Z.
OX dash Y dash Z. Tell me fourth one.
OXY Z dash.
Correct. OXY Z dash. Fifth.
OX dash Y Z dash.
OX dash Y Z dash. Sixth.
OX Y dash Z dash.
O X Y dash Z dash. Correct. Second problem. What are the general coordinates of any point on XY plane?
Z is equal to 0.
Coordinates X comma Y comma 0.
0.
Because point is asked, so you are right. Z coordinate is 0. So general coordinates of any point on XY plane, X comma Y comma 0. That is basically it becomes what? 2 dimension. In the same manner. Right, for YZ plane. For the YZ plane coordinates.
0, y, 0.
0 comma Y comma Z. Next, XZ plane. X comma 0 comma Z. Coordinates of any point on x-axis. So the
X,
coordinates
0,
of
0.
any point on x-axis. X comma 0 comma 0. Next, on y-axis and on z-axis. Next, third, find the distances of P from coordinate axis, coordinate planes. Now, what are the coordinates of P? -3, 2, -1. Now, so distance of P from coordinate axis. So from x-axis. Tell me
Root
what?
five.
That is root of, what is the formula? Y square
Y
plus
square plus
Z
Z
square.
square
That is
root.
root 5. In the same manner, calculate on y-axis, on z-axis, and tell me. On y-axis, how much?
Root 10.
Root 10.
Root 10. On z-axis,
Root
Root
13.
13.
root 13. Okay. Next is what? Coordinate planes. Now, on xy plane, tell me. Distance of the point P
1 unit.
from xy plane.
1.
Correct. You should not write -1 because the distance. On YZ plane. What is that?
3.
3. Basically, the x coordinate modulus. Modulus of x. ZX plane. 2. Next. Convert direction ratios into direction cosines. So direction ratios 2 to 1. Right, direction cosines. No. What are the formulas?
A is equal to A root of A square plus B square plus C square.
That is plus or minus 2 upon root of how much? 4 plus 4 plus 1. That is 3. So
9.
plus or minus 2 by 3 plus or minus 1 by. Ratios are equal. So lambda plus mu upon 4 equal to 1 plus mu upon minus 3 equal to 2 upon minus 1. Tell me what the value of lambda and mu. Lambda equal to how much?
-13.
Minus 13. Okay. Mu?
5.
5.
5.
5.
Okay. Is it same all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Next, lecture 2.
60 or 120.
So gamma equal to 60 or 120. Which one you have to take? Find the angle between the line and what? positive z-axis. Tell me which one you have to take.
60.
60 degrees. Next. Third. Angle between lines whose direction cosines satisfy L plus M plus N equal to 0. L square plus M square minus N square equal to 0. So you are having two lines with whose direction cosine satisfy these two equations. Now you have to find the angle between them. Try all of you. Direction cosine which satisfy the equations 2L plus 2M minus N equals 0, Mn plus Ln plus Lm equal to 0. So replace any one of the variables N. Then you will get a quadratic in either L or M. Factorize, take the two cases and get the proportion. So direction cosines of one line are minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3. And direction cosines of second line are 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3. So angle between them is pi by 2. So let the line make direction. Let the line with direction ratios are L1, M1, N1 makes angles which the diagonals OP bar, A dash, BB dash and CC dash are alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Then cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma plus cos square delta. Simplify this. Check, are you getting 4 by 3? And try to remember this as a property. So find the ratio in which the line joining A and B divided by the plane. Also find the coordinates of the corresponding point. Now, have you remembered the formula? In what ratio?
S1 minus S1 upon S2.
That is minus of AX1 plus DY1 plus CZ1 plus D upon AX2 plus DY2 plus CZ2 plus D2. That is lambda is to 1. Tell me the ratio as well as a point.
5:7.
The ratio is 5:7. For the corresponding point?
29 by 12.
Say again?
29 by 12.
29 by 12. Y coordinate?
9 by 4.
Huh?
27 by 12. Yes, 9 by 4. 9 by 4.
Which one? Y
27.
coordinate?
9 by 4.
9 by 4, 9 by 4.
9 by 4. Z coordinate?
25 by 6.
25 by 6. Okay. Is it same all of you?
Yes, sir.
Next. Find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point to the line joining. Coordinates of the foot of perpendicular drawn from A 1, 2, 1 to the line joining B 1, 4, 6. C. What are the coordinates of C? 5, 4, 4. Now, let us take D is the foot of the perpendicular. You can assume that D divides in the ratio of lambda is to 1. Then you can write the coordinates of D. After that, AD bar is perpendicular to BC bar. Then dot product is 0. Then you'll get the lambda value. After that, you'll get the point D. That is one method. Another method is what? If you can recognize this any specific triangle, then you can able to say d value direct. So one method is delta theta is angle between them, and LM and R direction cosines at the relation between them. L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1, and L plus delta L whole square plus M plus delta M whole square plus N plus delta N whole square equal to 1. And cos delta theta is sum of the product. You expand and simplify and use the conditions. From cos delta theta, you calculate sin delta theta and replace sin delta theta with delta theta. Because when the angle is so small, so you can write sin delta theta as delta theta and then prove this. And you can have one more method also. So first try to prove this method. Go through all of the second method. If I take OP length is R and OQ length is also R, and the angle between them is delta theta, then the coordinates of P and Q are LR, MR, NR, and L plus delta LR, M plus delta MR, N plus delta NR. Now, when the angle is so small, the length of arc will be same as length of the chord. So, length of arc equal to R into theta. That is delta theta equal to PQ upon R. Calculate distance between the 2 points PQ and check whether we'll get this result or not.
Yes, sir.